Hi guys, I'm back up here with another divine feminine message for the divine feminines right now. We're only focusing on the divine feminines. We'll get back in those collective messages when God leads me. As of right now, this is the time for the divine feminine right now. So yeah. So this is a channel message. No cards, no nothing. Not going to be on screen, just talking to you, okay? So the channel message has to do with when you cry, you smile. Smile while you're crying. Smile through the tears, right? So what I mean by smiling through the tears, right? Even when you're going through a space of discomfort, as you're going through this space of dealing with the birthing pains and the discomfort of looking at yourself and certain things coming up to the surface. When things come up to the surface, when you comes to meet you, when you comes to see you, and when you says something to you that ain't that is a hard pill to swallow, it's gonna touch your spirit. You may cry, you may be angry, you may feel, okay? But we smile through that. As we go through our initiation process of leveling up and shedding, unpacking. When we're unpacking, man, ooh, it's the most painful thing ever. And it might seem like the slowest process ever, y'all. Like, I'm going through this shit with you guys. I'm learning about myself on a different level where I have to sit down and really reflect on myself and really meet myself in the secret place, in the stillness where God's at. And where God's at is where I'm at. That's where I meet myself. And then myself holds up this mirror. You know what I'm seeing right now? And I seen this shit in the cards yesterday. And it wasn't for the reading, but it's coming up to me right now. Think about the World card. In like I believe the Rider deck. I think it's Rider Tarot or something. Whatever that deck is. The new deck that I just got. Think of how the World card looks. It looks like a mirror. And what's inside of that mirror is you. Really seeing you fully, wholeheartedly. The good, bad, and the ugly. The good, beautiful, luscious shit about you. And the fucked up, devious shit you be on. You know, being human, right? You see your vices. You see your shortcomings, right? It's all revealed in that mirror. And it's about us really, when we see ourselves in those places of darkness and those places of certain parts of ourselves that we don't give a break or always riding that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Always trying to suppress that motherfucker, right? When you finally let that come up to the surface, that's the moment that you allow yourself to breathe. You allow yourself to be. You allow yourself to cry. You allow yourself to be angry. You allow yourself to be all these different emotions. You allow yourself to really analyze your resentment. You allow yourself to analyze your jealousy. You allow yourself to analyze yourself, those negative aspects. And they're not even negative because those parts make you who you are. You learn who you are through those aspects. If you are being blinded by the light all the time, you will not be able to see, you'll be blindsided. You will not be able to see what's truly in front of you. Think about when you're driving a car and you're driving on the road and it's super fucking sunny out. And you know that sun that be blinding motherfuckers, right? That type of sun, right? If you two in your light body having that moment, imagine not having that, what is that flap that kind of blocks the sun? Whatever that is, right? Imagine not having that and having to drive through that. Right? you're going to be blindsided. You don't know what's in front of you. You don't know what's next to you. You don't know what's on your side. You don't know what's behind you, right? This is that type of energy when you're going through that energy. That's why you need that little flap in the car, right? To block some of that sun out. Sometimes you need some of that darkness to balance out so you can see properly, so you can see clearly. So when you see yourself clearly, you may not like what you see. And when you don't like what you see, you smile through it. Because it might be painful, it might be hurtful, it might put you in a space of anger to yourself and others. Doesn't matter how it looks. It's about allowing yourself to experience those emotions. One of my favorite readers so far and forever was, shout out to you, I think her name is Hourglass. I think it's Hourglass by Jazz. I think it's somewhere around the lines. Excuse me, hun, I'm sorry for butchering your name, but you be giving mad jewels. So shout out to her, check her channel out. I think it's Hourglass by Jazz. I believe it's something like that, okay? In one of her readings, she said, her number one mantra, paraphrasing, is all emotions are valid. All emotions are valid. When you're in an energy of allowing all emotions to flow through you, because emotions change. They're like the wind. They come and they go, right? Allowing all emotions to flow through you and not judging any of them, not choosing other emotions over, choosing certain emotions over others. The moment that you really tell yourself and really align with that mantra of all emotions are valid, that's when you release all things that are holding you back. That's when you release that tension. That's when you release that tension within the body, mind, and spirit. Right? So to wrap up this message, it really has to do with when you're going through it. Smile through the pain. Smile through the tears. Because it's a blessing that you're even here to even experience this. God chose you to go through and experience your own darkness, because everybody don't get to experience those parts of themselves. Everybody don't get to experience those parts of themselves. So you better grant yourself motherfucking lucky to even experience that shit, to even learn from your motherfucking self and have the mental capacity, the emotional capacity, the spiritual capacity to learn from your motherfucking self and learn what from your motherfucking reflection. And allowing yourself to see yourself for who you really are, light and dark, good and bad. The amazing good shit about you and the shitty shit. The fuck shit you be on. Being able to see that insecure shit you be on. Being able to see that resentment that you hold in. That lack of forgiveness that you hold in. That anger that you hold in. That procrastination that you're holding. That addiction that you're holding. Laziness that you're holding. Lack of accountability that you're holding. This goes for me too, guys. Entitlement that you're holding, manipulation, all of that stuff. This goes for me too. It really allows us to really pull that shit up to the surface, to analyze, to come one with, find a mutual understanding, a mutual ground, be able to understand why those parts of yourself is acting the fuck out. Because sometimes your ego acts the fuck out. Your inner child acts the fuck out. And sometimes it acts the fuck out because it wants to be heard. It wants to be heard. When inner self wants to fucking cry, God damn it, let that motherfucker cry. When your inner self want to be angry, is angry, annoyed, God damn, let that motherfucker be angry and annoyed. Comfort it. Support it as it makes its way through the cycles of healing. This goes for me too. I'm learning this for myself. Literally, y'all don't know how, bro. We learning together. We learning this shit together. You know what I'm saying? So to wrap this message up, it has to do with allowing yourself to go through the motions and taking things one step at a time, and not judging yourself for your shortcomings and when you up all the way up and when you down. Okay? It's about you allowing yourself to experience yourself in all forms, okay? All right, I think I'm going to leave it there. Remember, all messages are not for all, they're for some. Take what you need and leave the rest, as well as we got that slot open for personal readings. If you feel guided or interested in purchasing one of those, you know what to do. DM me. We can get you set up. Damn. I'm used to saying that to my patients. Sorry. We can get you set up. Okay. Come fuck with your girl. Okay. Drop a comment down below. Love to hear from you guys. Let's start the discussion, as well as let's go share these vids, man. Let's get this divine knowledge out here for the collective so we all can get on one accord, okay? I want you guys to have a good night. Stay up, and bye-bye.